I'm telling you, I'm right.
All right,
Weston
everybody, thank you.
Weston is involved.
All right, well, now that we still think that Hoopty thinks Westing is involved, welcome back to the show. It is the Weekly Offensive with Hoopty and Sean. And guess what?
Weston is involved.
Shut the fuck up!
Vagina.
Well, you got vagina in, finally. But no. And you know what tonight is? Tonight is Monday night. We are going to be reviewing the following. But before...
What an episode to review, I must say.
Nice. Well, we are going to review it, and we're probably going to get into a yelling match here in a minute. But anyways, we'll find out if our stalker is going to be our follower. Our follower is going to follow us tonight. But no, I do want to bring up one thing, and I thought this was kind of funny, and it shows the kind of town we live in. IUP St. Patty's Day.
Fuck that, dude.
Did you see all the shit that was going down?
Dude, anybody that, I've been asked by several people, oh, why don't you come out? Why don't you come out? Well, that's the reason I don't come out. Allegations of rape. It's fucking asinine, dude. I understand partying, but there's a limit. I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, look at the videos they were posting up of the fights that were going on.
Exactly.
I mean, I saw this, and I don't know if you saw my post that I made about it earlier. I posted the video, and I posted on there. Well, parents, aren't you glad to see where your money went to, and everybody that's paying for all these grants and loans that that are out? Are you glad to see where your tax dollars are going?
Right.
And these people are the ones that we're going to be trusting to run the country when we get old.
If you're proud to go to IUP right now, you are fucking pathetic. You should be ashamed to be associated with that. Much like what we were talking about the other day with the rebel flag and how it's associated with the KKK. You should be ashamed to be associated with IUP at this current point.
Yeah.
That's fucking pathetic. I understand going out and having a good time, but allegations of rape, sexual assault, jumping on people's cars while they're just trying to drive through town, that is fucking pathetic.
Well, see, I will say one thing. It's a good thing that I don't live down that way, because I do have what's called a concealed carry permit. And
yeah, I would have shot a motherfucker. I don't even have a concealed permit. I would have shot a motherfucker if I had had a gun. If they would have jumped on my car like what I hear they did, I would have shot a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. But it's one of those, and no, we're not condoning violence, because we do iHeart Radio. iHeart Radio. But it's one of those, I mean, I'm sitting there watching these videos just because I saw one. And, well, there was 4 of them that I found.
Which, I'm sorry, Sean, not to interrupt you. I'm going to let you finish your point, but I have a bone to pick with iHeartRadio. Continue on.
Okay, hang on. But they were acting childish out there. And, of course, if you watch the videos, this is the sad part, is whoever posted these videos up probably could get everybody that's in these videos that are running and saying, look, hide your beer. Guarantee you every single one of those were underage.
Yeah, and they're trying to defend the actions of the people in these videos.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here going, A, a lot of people can technically get arrested now. Plus, they're going to condone everybody that's out there for providing alcohol to a minor.
Right.
And then you got the fights. And then they were proud of fighting. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
It's
not only just proud of fighting, but proud of fighting police officers that are just doing their fucking jobs to make sure that everybody is safe.
Well, see, I was talking with someone.
My brother is a fucking correctional officer at the at the county prison. Yeah, I have a slight resentment towards him because he is a correctional officer and I'm against the law. But he's only doing his fucking job. It's asinine what these fucking kids were doing.
Yeah. I will say one thing, though. I talked to someone that goes to IUP that used to I work with, and I asked her if she was out there and all that, and she said, well, I'm way more mature than all that. And I was like, I understand. And she's like, but we were walking down Philly Street, and we started hearing people chanting, USA, USA. And we were like, okay, let's go find out what's going on. And she said she walked down there just to see all the cops coming up and was like, yep, nope, fuck you. And walked away. And, well, you know why I don't know if this is why, but I think I know why they were chanting USA. Because they were fighting...
Hold on, I'm going to pause you. I'm just going to assume it's due to something racist.
Well, no, it was two black guys fighting.
Exactly.
But I'm guaranteeing you one of them was... Because if anybody doesn't know, IUP has one of the biggest foreign exchange... Is that the best way to say it?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing someone was not from the United States, because that's the one thing I'll tell you that's amazed me with the college up here is the college that it was in my hometown. It was basically people from my hometown that went there. This one I've never met so many people from out of country that would go there.
Right, and I've met so many fucking amazing people from other countries because of IUP. Albie,
yep,
the brown bomber,
yep.
And yes, that's slightly racist, but I call him the brown bomber. Albie, fucking Mubin, what's the really tall guy's name? Bow Wow.
I used to call him Bow Wow.
Yeah.
No, that was not racist. I just thought it was weird calling someone Bow Wow. Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, we're not doing our topic that we should be following, but I just figured I'd bring that up because that was like the... and again, the person I was talking to, I asked her, I was like, so do you think that they're going to have this IUP St. Patty's Day next year? And she goes, if they do, they're really fucking stupid.
Well, to go on this point, Sean, with off the topic of what we should be talking about, let me actually say right now, here and now, I used to be actually highly racist. Adolf Hitler used to be a very strong hero of mine. And to a point, he still kind of is. Like, some of his ideas and philosophies, I still view as philosophically okay. But what he did is completely fucked up. Where he crossed the line was minoritizing people. I mispronounced that word. What word am I looking for? Discriminating against minorities.
A bigot?
Yeah, bigot. We'll go with bigot. When he discriminated against minorities is where he crossed the line. Like, his idea about a strong ethnic, well, not even ethnic, but a strong pride of nation, which you kind of see in a lot of Republicans today, and I don't mean to generalize, but a lot of Republicans today tend to say America for America. He had a lot of good ideas, but he crossed the line when he decided to slaughter minorities.
Yeah.
You can have that great idea, but include everybody within that idea.
Right.
I know you don't like to have a lot of political ideologically spoken on this show, but he did have a good idea. He just crossed the fucking line.
Definitely. Well, not to cut you off here, but we only have 15 minutes left of the, or
right.
20 minutes left.
Let's get to the following.
Let's get to the following. Spoiler alert.
I am totally right.
Hold on. We forgot to yell. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm hitting my e-cig.
Me too. Actually, I don't know if I brought this up the other day. I got a new one, and I love it. It hits a lot better. But Hoopty claims he's right, but let's go ahead and just recap the show real fast.
All right, let's recap the show.
All right.
It's with Weston's father's funeral.
Which I actually brought up a good point to Sheena, and she couldn't really come up with a good answer. I was like, if his dad was there, where the fuck was his mom?
Well, if you watched last week, so they did mention that his mom was already dead.
But who was that they were giving the flag to?
Possibly his sister or maybe his aunt.
I thought it looked like his mom, and I said that. And I never heard them say his mom was dead. And Sheena's like, this is what Sheena brings up. She's like, well, maybe they were divorced. I was like, they wouldn't be giving the flag to her then.
On the contrary, I from a personal response, I can tell you that is incorrect. My father, when he died, he was Vietnam vet. Him and my mom were divorced. Legally, they were divorced, but technically, they were still married. They gave the flag to my mother, even though they were illegally divorced.
Well, let me ask you: were they like legally divorced?
You're incorrect there.
Were they legally divorced, but still like living together?
No, they weren't living together. That's where they were legally divorced. Or technically divorced, but legally they were not.
Okay, well, see, legally they were still married.
Legally they were still married, but technically they were not.
But she was talking about divorce, like legally divorced. Like, they went through the whole court system, got a divorce. She wouldn't have
They still might give it to his divorced wife.
I would see him giving it more to... I don't see her really of wanting it.
Yeah, they would probably end up giving it to actually Weston.
Yeah. And she's... And then she's like, well, I don't know then. And so that's what I brought up. I didn't know that his mom was dead. Okay, go ahead, finish. We start off with the dad's funeral.
All right.
We find out
and then
that
you have that reporter chick going up.
Yeah.
All right, and actually, I am going to call bullshit on this episode. I am going to call bullshit on a plot line in this episode here in a moment. Hardy, Kevin Bacon, goes to investigate Joe Carroll's high school. I'm going to assume his high school teacher.
Well, it was a boarding school, so I guess you could go.
Boarding school, okay, high school, boarding school, teacher.
Was he a teacher? He said he was more of a mentor.
Well, teacher / mentor. Like my high school teacher was my mentor. I hold my high school teacher, my history teacher, in the highest respect. He wasn't my teacher. He was my friend.
Yeah.
Okay? But where I call bullshit on that is somebody of Joe Carroll's profile. There is no way they would have not questioned that teacher previously. Especially because of... Through the story, they said he lived how close to Havenport, where last year's season left off?
Yeah, but if
they would have known about him and questioned him.
But if you remember, they did question him because Joe Carroll...
Ryan did, but not the FBI.
But you got to think, Ryan was technically part of all of that whenever he questioned him.
He was an unsanctioned FBI agent, much like he is this season.
But you got to think, whenever they went to him the first time, because the first time they said that they did go to him, and he kept saying he had no contact with him. And if they're going to say you had no contact with him, what's the point of really going back and saying, hey, have you really contacted him? You see what I'm saying?
Somebody of that high profile, they would not have just let that go.
I don't know. Look at our government.
I'm saying that. But anyways. Alright, so anyways, we continue on with the story. Joe gets incepted into the Micah cult.
Which is creepier every week.
Yeah, creepier and creepier. I'm not going to touch too much on the Micah cult because I don't have too much of a theory on that, except for the previews of next week. Previews of next week look fucking awesome. It's about goddamn time.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. I think he's going to kill Micah and take over the whole cult.
Oh, man, it's about time.
Because
that's all
all I gotta say is next week's episode, basically, shit hit the fan. Everybody is out.
It's about goddamn fucking time that Joe comes back.
Yeah, but let's see. Micah kills off a few of his cult members to prove that weren't with him. I'm guaranteeing his wife's pissed off at him.
Right. It's about the only thing I have questioned about that plot line is Mandy.
Yeah.
And her involvement with the other black dude that she kind of had an infatuation with tonight.
She's gonna die here soon.
Yeah, she is. Joe or Emma's gonna kill her. But anyways, Ryan investigates Joe's high school teacher, and his high school teacher, after some torturing, says that there is somebody involved in the FBI, and he reveals that it is a woman. Which you might be right about that. Yes, it is that Jada chick. You might be right. But where I argue with you is that Weston is still involved. He just does not know about Jada because when his high school teacher, Joe's high school teacher, says it is a woman, if you listen to Weston say, "Oh, a woman," you can hear a surprise and a shock in his voice that a woman, not me. You can hear that.
Yes, but I'm still telling you,
woman.
I'm still telling you he's not involved, and I'm betting lunch on it.
Telling you he is fucking involved. I rewound it 5 times to hear him say, "Oh, a woman." You can hear and see in his face that shock that they said a woman, not a man.
Well, can I tell you something that's, I actually caught a fluke in the episode tonight. Whenever Micah was sitting there talking about how he wanted to go off and kill people, okay? And he's naming off all
L.A. or New York.
Well, no, he's talking about all the great all the great serial killers.
Yes.
And then he says, Joe Carroll, you're part of royalty because everybody else has been caught and killed. I told Sheena, I was like, they fucked up right there. And she's like, why? I was like, because he mentioned Charles Manson. Charles Manson has not been killed. Charles Manson has been caught. And she's like, no, he said caught or killed. I said, no, he said caught and killed. And she's like, no. I was like, unless the media, they killed off Charles Manson and nobody really cared to tell people that Charles Manson is dead now.
Charles Manson's still alive. I can assure you he's...
Well, but you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I know, because I will say, I actually did a lot of research on Charles Manson. He was a really, really smart motherfucker.
He is a very talented musician.
Well, you know why they've kept him alive instead of executing him, right?
Yeah, because they didn't want him to be a martyr to inspire other people.
That, and they're also still studying him.
Yes.
Because he's one of those people that don't open up and tell you anything. He's just like, writes his music and goes throughout his day.
But anyways.
But yeah, but that's I caught that and Sheena's like, no. And I told him, rewound it and found out I was right. Bam! I am right.
Oh, also, I have some theories about Bates Motel. Not to ruin anything for you, but...
We'll talk about that Wednesday. I'm telling you, I'll catch up and we'll talk Wednesday.
I want to talk about it now.
No, I want to watch it. I've only seen 3 episodes of it. I have every episode recorded on my DVR. Oh, I do want to ask you.
Alright.
Did you happen to watch that show Resurrection?
No, I did not. I watched Cosmos instead.
Well, I recorded both of them. I have not watched Cosmos yet.
Cosmos? You didn't watch it?
No, I got it on my DVR. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Such an amazing show. Like, the last 10 minutes of it, where Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about when he met Carl Sagan. I actually cried over it, man. It brought me to tears.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be watching it tomorrow. So
Such a powerful moment where Neil deGrasse Tyson explains why he became a scientist.
Nice.
Because of his meeting of Carl Sagan.
Nice. Well, I do want to kind of touch, if you didn't watch, I don't know if you're going to watch Resurrection or not. It's rather confusing of a show to watch.
I've heard about it. My friend told me about it tonight. Do you know if they're going to do a replay?
No, you probably have to get either watch it on abc.com.
Well then, I probably won't watch it then.
Well, let me give you the. Well, this is what someone said, and I actually kind of laughed, and then I watched it and didn't really catch the vibe from it. Someone said it's basically Touched by an Angel meets the X-Files.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But I didn't really catch the vibe, but it was like the X-Files because it's fucking confusing as hell. Well, hello, Amanda B. Our follower finally followed us.
Oh, well, fuck you, bitch.
Anyways,
Weekly offensive.
Right? Fuck you. Anyways,
Cunt.
It's basically, and this is how the episode went. This kid wakes up in China, Singapore or somewhere, just out of nowhere, and they get him back to the U.S., and he's talking about, it doesn't really talk at the very beginning of the show, and she said, oh, well, fuck us too. Anyways, and they find out that he's a kid that died 32 years ago, and he still looks the same way as he died, and then the whole time, it's just one of those, me, Sheena, and my friend Matt were sitting watching it, and we looked at each other at the end of the episode, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Well, from what I heard, there's apparently a character that they're going to do on next week's show.
Yeah, it's a father.
That you think could have been like Death or the Angel of Death, and he takes off his hood and it's somebody's dad that died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think through the episode that he's like Death, but at the very end you find out he's the guy, these people's dad.
Right. Somebody else has been resurrected. Sorry, gotta pause for a brief moment because I gotta give a birthday shout out to somebody that probably doesn't listen to the show, but to my cousin Aaron, who I miss very much. Aaron, happy birthday. Love you.
Happy birthday, Aaron, from your weekly offensive.
Right?
My birthday actually is coming up on the 21st.
I know.
Which is not next Friday, but the Friday after next. No pun intended there.
Right.
I'll tell you another show came on tonight that I was wanting to catch up or start watching, but I forgot it came on, so I didn't get to record it. Was that Believe?
Believe.
It's on NBC about a little girl. All I know from the previews, like, this little girl has, like, psychic fucking powers.
Alright, well, what I was going to say about Bates Motel.
Oh, you're fucking killing me, dude.
No, dude, I'm not going to ruin the season. I'm telling you, I'm not going to ruin it. You've seen the movie Psycho.
Yes.
Okay, from the movie Psycho, what is your opinion that happens to Norman Bates' mother?
She died.
Killed her.
How did she die? I heard Shanna say it. What?
She thinks she killed her, but I'll tell you, it's a whole thing of either she killed her or she, like, died of a natural cause.
I don't believe Norman killed her. Because Norman Bates is obviously schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
And a schizophrenic behavior, there's no way he could have killed her. Mm-hmm. She either was murdered or died of natural causes, and he just continues on the perceived reality that she is still alive. That's a schizophrenic behavior.
But
there's no way that he killed her.
But there could be a way that he did kill her, but didn't know he killed her.
That's not schizophrenia.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
He's clearly schizophrenic. And if he killed her, that's more of a sociopathic.
Yeah. Amanda B says he killed her.
No, Amanda B. Amanda, I don't know how. It's more of a sociopathic behavior, which sociopathic is not multiple personality. Multiple personality is more in line with schizophrenia. In a schizophrenic, there's no way he killed her.
Yeah.
Because the schizophrenia is a denial of reality, where he blocks out what really happened and accepts that she is still alive.
Yeah,
if he killed her, he could not block out the fact that he killed her.
But see, think about again what you said. It's blocking out reality. He could have killed her without knowing. Listen. He could have killed her without knowing he killed her. He could have done something that could have killed her, not knowing that he killed her, and he still believes she's alive. But
here's the thing. Character Norman Bates is based off. Norman Bates is based off of the actual person, Edward Gaines.
Yeah. Edward
Gaines is the basis of Norman Bates, Hannibal Lecter, and Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, and everybody tries to tell me that this is the funny part. They try to tell me that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was real. It's like, no, it's not based off of anything.
It's based off of Edward Gaines.
Yeah, but it's not based off of an actual... You know what I mean?
Yeah, slightly. What Edward Gaines did is he did not kill his mother. He stuffed his mother and kept her preserved in his basement. That's the Norman Bates part of it. Mm-hmm. He ate people. That is the
Hannibal
Lecter part of it. And then he took their skin and wore a suit of the people he killed. That is the Leatherface part of it.
Yeah.
Edward Gaines was a fucked up individual.
Yeah.
Well, knowing that Norman Bates is based off of Edward Gaines is where I'm really basing my hypothesis on, that Norman Bates did not kill his mother.
Yeah. Well, Hoopty, I don't mean to cut you off here. We got about 2 minutes left.
And Part 2?
Uh-huh.
Part 2?
Yeah, but it'll be about 30 minutes. I don't know, because I got to be to work at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So we'll probably not do one tonight. We'll probably get another one in tomorrow night.
Okay.
We can do part 2. We can do part 2 tomorrow night. But I want to base something off you. So Amanda B, if you're listening, you want to hear the second part of this, you have to wait till tomorrow night. Everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Hoopty got a haircut, so he doesn't have the Jewish Don King look going. Anymore.
I'm going to say it before you cut me off. Vagina.
Ha ha ha. Too bad I already cut you off.
Oh, damn.
But everybody have a great night, and
you did not.
Tune in tomorrow night, and we'll have a second part to the show.